clearance he gave me. I thought he was going to... That's all he did. He didn't check my hip. He didn't do nothing. Fucking nothing. I thought he was going to make me lean sideways or fucking stretch or do something. Nothing. Just wrote me out a clearance and that was it. I thought, all right, cool, no worries. So I got the clearance from the doctors. Then Jacinta McQuaid, I had an interview with her from Improvise. So now they down there in Kenwick somewhere. Hey, so I rode my bike. I jumped on my bike and I rode it. I rode one way because now my hip was feeling fine. So I rode my bike to the interview, no worries. Then 5th of the 5th, 2017, Wood Group contacted me. That's just a piss take, they were bullying me, like Wood Group. Like a woody, you know, like a hard. This is how people have been bullied, with sexual connotations everywhere. Now the 8th of the 5th, I had to take photos for Jacinta, my driver's license, my white card, my high-risk license. Now I had to take the back of the card, the photos of the back of the cards and all this stuff. They're making me do all this extra bloody work, you know what I'm saying? And then I must send them the back of the cards and all this rubbish, man. They're just cluttering my head and making things hard for me, you know. The 9th of the 5th, I had to get more reference checks for Stephanie Guameli. This is after I've signed up with them and everything and done their inductions. So I had to get more reference checks for her. They were looking for shutdowns for me in April and May with the clearance. And now she needs more reference checks for me. How can you be looking for shutdowns for me, but now you need more reference checks? So you haven't been looking for shutdowns for me. You're just making my life difficult. They're picking on me. All these are girls, are women. I had an interview with Linkforce, Yvonne Keeney, at Linkforce Engineering. Now I had an interview with her and some other girl. Now I went there to the office, they made me wait. Fuck, everyone's just bullying me, you know. They sit down there and watching me, they're asking me all these questions, you know. It's like people think if they focus attention on me, I'm going to work shit under pressure. You know, I work quite well under pressure. People had a different impression because they've exploited me smoking and doing other things. You know what I mean? So they think if they put me under pressure and make like everybody's watching me, my performance is going to be bad. I don't work like that. You know what I mean? I work quite well under pressure. I don't like working under pressure like a lot of people, but I work quite well under pressure. People are trying to compromise that. They're trying to make me feel. The worst part is that they've got this frequency with this technology going through my brain. When people ask me questions, they tweak it up. And it makes my thinking harder and it makes my recollection of information harder. They've actually got me wired with technology that makes me tense and anxious and feel nervous. And it mimics drug use, and it mimics the effects of feeling strung out from drugs. They can make me feel a lot of different ways. They can make me feel excited, full of energy, lazy, tired, just through technology and frequencies in my brain. Huh? They can make my skin itch. They can make my eyes itchy. These are like what you call a skin specialist? All doctors stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're messing with me and bullying me. They can give me lumps on my skin. They can give me pimples. I'll get to that later. But anyway, we'll stick back to the work story. So I went to the interview for Linkforce Engineering. I used to joke around like Stinkforce Engineering. fucking everybody used to joke around like that, Stinkforce engineering. I used to work with guys from Linkforce. They used to say Stinkforce. It's just what guys do on the mine site. We just take the piss out of everything. So anyway, now it's the 16th of the 5th. Jacinta McQuaid said the medical clearance is not enough. Hey, I went there, I gave her everything, full in the forms, everything, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I gave her this medical certificate that the doctors gave me, and she said it's not, now she said it's not enough. This is the letter she sent me. Thanks, Baden. After having a discussion with my manager, unfortunately the clearance provided is not enough. My manager is a qualified nurse and would like a full clearance document provided if possible. Alternately, you can complete a pre-employment medical at your cost if you're unable to provide the full report clearance. Only reason for this is we need to cover not just the company, but also yourself and ensure you're fit for work. Now, I went to the hospital to get me a fit for work medical certificate, right? These are the guys that gave me the operation. Now, aren't they supposed to give me the full medical clearance for work? They've given me a certificate, a medical certificate, that clears me for work. These are the people that operate on my hip. So shouldn't their clearance be enough? This is everybody taking the piss out of my life and making it hard. These are the doctors in the hospital, the ones that operated on my hip, that do the operations. So their word is not enough for the work company, right? So now I've got to get a full pre-employment medical at my cost. Now she's telling me her manager is a qualified nurse and would like a full clearance document. What does that mean? That means absolutely nothing. Her manager being a qualified nurse doesn't mean anything. What does that do? Her manager is a qualified nurse. So what is she saying? That her manager is more qualified than the doctors at the hospital. Oh, bloody rubbish. They're just making my life difficult and running me around the damn joint. So now I've got to get a full medical clearance at my own cost. And she says the reason for this is we need to cover not just the company but also yourself and ensure you're fit for work. I've got a certificate that clears me for work. But apparently her manager is also a qualified nurse, so she's got more qualifications than the actual doctors that do the operations, apparently. What a load of rubbish. This is how people are making my life. So now I organized to get a full medical clearance. There's it, yeah. I got the whole thing, yeah. Full medical clearance. I had to do tests and all this and that, blah, 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 the usual crap. I've been doing these tests for the last 15 years for work. I've been working in mining. See, I didn't know that nobody wanted me to go back to work. People didn't plan for me going back to work. I'll tell you why after this, after I'm getting there. So now Stephanie at Arison, they're stressing me out. Now they want to withdraw my application for work, you know, because of the references. She's saying, no, we need more references, this and that. So now the girls, they're starting to stress me out and make me anxious, you know. They threaten me to withdraw my application for work. Well, I'm just looking for work. They threaten me to withdraw my application for looking for work. It's not even for a job. You know what I mean? So on the 18th of the 5th, I done a full medical for work last year. Now I had an interview with Linkforce Engineering, Yvonne Keeney, recruitment officer, and Stephanie Hornsby it might have been. Yeah, I had an interview with them on the 19th of the 5th, the day before my birthday. Then on the 22nd of the 5th, I officially became an employee for Minprovise. She even gave me their planner's number. I was officially an employee the 22nd of the 5th last year. I never got one word from them. I got nothing from them about no job. On the 23rd of the 5th, I done a DNA screen for Stephanie Hornsby for Linkforce Engineering and done all their tests. The 25th of the 5th, I had to do MinProvise inductions, admin inductions for FMG. I had to do a Fortescue operational induction, respecting the workplace personnel, managing fatigue for employees, Fortescue shutdown inductions, fire awareness. Same day I had to do MinProvise admin inductions for Rio Tinto, the fixed plant essentials, MEM essentials, working at heights, gap training, hot work permit. I had to do all these. So I'm doing all these things for Graph. I'm excited about it too now because I'm going to buy back to Graph. Little did I know that wasn't the plan, because the system didn't have a plan for me going back to work. Now Stephanie Hornsby on the 29th of the 5th, she's contacted me from Linkforce. Now they're having trouble contacting my references, etc. Hey, they sent me all these letters. Oh, where's the last 2 places you worked? This, that, blah, blah, blah. Stressing me out, etc. about my work, you know. This is what people are doing on purpose with my life. They do it every day today too, even though I'm unemployed. They're stressing me out and making me anxious on purpose. My mother, my family was doing this to me as well. Because I'm a very calm-natured person, you know. People are just interrupting my emotional and mental state. That's it of the 5th. My references are uncontactable, apparently. Now, I've contacted my references and I've asked to use them as references. So there's no reason why they should be uncontactable. The only reason they'll be uncontactable is because they'll be at work on site. So I've already asked them to be references for me. So there shouldn't be any trouble with them, huh? And now they're just making my life a stressed out mess. Byron asked me to send him photos of the inductions. See, everybody asking me to send photos, right, is taking the piss out of me because I had a photo of Hailey. And they think I take photos of women without their permission or knowledge. They're like a pervert. So when they ask me for photos, even today, people still do it. They bully me about taking photos of people without their permission, like that's what I do, because they saw these photos on my phone. And like I said, I don't know how they know I've got these photos on my phone. They're not photos I need to hide. I can show anybody these photos. So then the 6th of the 6th, 2017, I had a face-to-face induction for FMG, which will get me mobilized to all sites now. So I was excited. I saw my brother there and everything, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like shot and getting closer to work. The 9th of the 6th last year, Stephanie Hornsby from Linkforce, she's still asking for references. And the last place I worked, right? We've already had an interview and everything for Linkforce. Now she's asking me for references and the last place I worked. In the interview I told her I had a full hip replacement. I haven't worked for the last 2 years. So I told her I had a full hip and I had to do medicals for them and had a full interview. She's asking me where's the last place I worked and this and that. And my last references. We've already had a full-blown interview. So they just bully me. They bully me. MinProvise admin Rio Tinto lock holder gap training. Now this is what happened. Now I've done all the inductions, right? People think I'm slow. I don't know why. They thought I won't be able to do all these inductions and everything. See, I've been doing inductions for a long time. So I got through all these inductions, right? You know what happened? Rio Tinto, FMG, everybody started changing their inductions, etc. To bully me. Because nobody wants me working here. I don't know why. Everybody started having new versions of the inductions that I just done in the last month. They started changing all their inductions, etc., to bully me. So I had to start doing inductions again. I had to run back to the library, go here, go there, do the inductions again and again. It's hours and hours of inductions, etc. And they're changing the inductions now. Because I got all the inductions done. Yeah, oh, Rio Tinto, Lockholder Gap Training, they got a new version. He said, hey, all these companies got new versions that I had to do of their inductions again. Sarah, Tech Force. I went to Tech Force next to BGC building. I'll tell you about BGC later in the story. Now, Tech Force is next to BGC in town. That's where Dercy and Nina work for BGC. My family. Anyway, Tech Force, KTUs. So now, nothing's happening with all these interviews and being an employee and all this. Nobody's calling me up and saying, all right, hey, we got a shutdown tomorrow, this, that. I'm waiting for calls now. Nothing's happening. They keep blowing me off. Yeah, okay, this shutdown's full, this and that, blah, blah, blah. KTU's from Tech Force. Hey, now I got to get some copies of tickets. She wants color copies now. Color copies of my tickets, etc. Front and back, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, I can just walk into their office and give them my tickets, and they can do all that themselves. That's what I've done before a lot of the years. I walk in there, I take all my tickets I've got, the lady will take them away, make copies of them, put them on file, and that's it. Now they got me doing the work. I must make color photocopies. Hell, I had to go to do inductions. I had to pay for my tickets, do inductions, spend days earning these tickets. Now I've got the ticket to give the company. No, that's still not enough. They want me now to take copies, front and back, color copies, and bring it to their office. That's not my job. I've earned these tickets and took time out to do them. I'll give them to you and you take copies of them. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. Where I must be making all these copies for you. I come into your office, I give you my ticket. You want a copy of that, so you copy it and put it on file. I've got the ticket here whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? They're making my life difficult, except picking on me, man. Picking on me. KTUs from Tech Force. Then, that was the 9th of the 6th. Now the 31st of the 7th, that's when I had an interview with Tech Force with Sarah Gawley next to the BGC building, and I've done a DNA for them and everything now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've done their inductions as well, on the computer, everything. Hey, then they start ringing me up and saying, oh yeah, we've got a job for you, Rio Tinto one, this and that, but it's a clean-shaven site. Now, they all want to give me jobs that requires me to shave my beard. Because my beard, it wasn't this long before, it was about down to there. So now they all want to give me fucking jobs where I've got to shave my beard, etc. They bullying me. They taking the piss out of me. Ask them. It's fucking rubbish, man. They all picking on me. So I said to her, no worries, I'll shave my beard. I want a job. I want to work. So I said, I'll shave my beard. No problem. Hey, the day before I'm ready to graph now for Tech Force, hey, Sarah or bloody Katie, they call me up and they talking to me so arrogantly and making a bastard of me, man. She's saying to me, hey, Baden, we're trying to give you work here and we're trying to offer you employment, but it doesn't seem like you want to work. Hey, she's reversed the situation like I don't want a job now, etc. She's picking on me because I done all the inductions and I'm ready to go to the job now. She wasn't expecting that, so she called me up and she bullied me, and then she said, she started scolding me, etc. Because I had everything ready for the job. And she made an excuse for me not to go to the job. She picked on me arrogantly and basically she swore me. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy because I was going for a job the next day. And she called up and made a complete arsehole of me. You ask these women. Ask them. They're all full of shit. They were all bullying me, exactly. I forgot to tell you. Where's the other letter? Another disappointing letter. Where is it? They were all bullying me, except. And that girl from Tech Force, she called me up and she bullied me so badly. She made me feel so bad, except. She made me feel like I had done something wrong. And I was trying so hard to get back into the workforce of my job. Hey, and she made, except. I've been in the mining and that for over 13 years, 14 years. I'm getting bullied by cherries that haven't even, how old are you? And how long you been employing guys to go to mining? You know what I'm saying? They treating me like I'm nothing, except. I'm up here in the game, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's treating me like I'm fucking nothing, except. You know how that makes me feel? I've been through years and years, I've done so much. I've travelled fucking all of WA working away in shittest fucking joints ever, except. These cherries are treating me like a fucking, they're treating me with impunity, man. Hey, they're treating me with absolute disrespect and arrogance. Could not bloody believe it, man. Hey, unbelievable. Oh yeah, on the 12th of the 6th, 2017, after I'd done my medicals and my interview and everything for Linkforce, they sent me a letter, and they didn't even put a name on the letter. They just put from admin. Stephanie Hornsby didn't put a name on it. What's the other girl's name? Yvonne Keeney didn't put her name on it. They just put from admin. And it was from Linkforce. It said Linkforce, my employment, my application